Welcome to the show, everybody, where we talk about the news and things that no one really pays attention to, especially global news. So, I'm going to break down some things today with Germany's conscriptions. If you don't know, it's the draft. Then we're going to get into Google AI that I think most of you guys see it already when you're searching stuff up. And we're going to get into bird flu and my thoughts and about all that. Okay, so we're gonna get into it. Here we go. So, Germany's conscription. Let's check this out. Plans revealed the defense minister is expected to officially present reforms to the draft system in early June. And what he's presenting are how they're going to go about drafts. If it's 18-year-olds, what's the criteria, the physical, the mental psychology of behind who's going to get drafted. And so there's three that they talk about that they're gonna draft people. Okay, so the first plan: all young people reaching the age of 18, yes, must be registered with the military and receive promotional and informational materials about service with the German armed forces. Okay, second option would make registering and filling out the form mandatory for all German males age 18 or older. Okay, that's expected. Women would also be contacted by the military by a voluntary basis. So, women, you are not out the gates with you are not far from being drafted also. But this third option is pretty damning because the third option would introduce a gender neutral conscription model and make registration with the military and potential draft compulsory for both men and women. Yep, you heard that. Women, you are going to be, everyone's going to be in it. Even though no one wants to be in in this war with Russia because it's really, everyone knows it's literally a waste of time. We're wasting money and stuff sending to Ukraine while our country in America is suffering. And in Germany, okay, let's see. 17% of Germans ready to defend their country. 17. That doesn't even hit 50%. And everybody doesn't want to go to jail. And they say 17% of Germans indicated they would definitely be prepared to defend their nation. An additional 19% stated they would probably do so in the event of attack on Germany. So, yeah, of course, people would defend their own country because they're being attacked. But why do they plan France, UK, Germany? They plan on sending troops to the battlefront with Ukraine. And it's no secret that they're already out there helping out. We are in a proxy war with them. So who says that we're not part of this war already? And they're just escalating, and what's his name? Zelensky Zelensky is asking for billions of dollars from these NATO countries already. Some countries don't have the cash, and we have the debt for it. NATO allies are inching closer to sending troops into Ukraine. Guys, they're already planning on doing it. Ukraine forces, a move that would be another blurring of a previous red line and could draw the United States and Europe more directly into the war. We are already in it. But no, are we waiting for them to say, yes, we are in World War III? But they're planning on it. This isn't for preparedness. This is a step to getting us into war with Russia. Ukraine lost. Now they're just shuffling younger generations, pregnant women. Yes, I've seen reports of pregnant women being thrown into the battle lines, which is uncalled for in this time. Like, who sends pregnant women into the battlefield? A dictator named Zelensky. Yes. So Zelensky already passed his presidential date to be reelected, but now it's turning out that he's just a dictator now. So, and I have this other video, $165 billion sent to Ukraine, and a fellow American is speaking out. So let's get into that one.
$165 billion is what U.S. taxpayers have sent to Ukraine to fund this pointless war. And I got some facts for you. With $165 billion, we could have built the border wall 6 times over to stop illegal immigration. We could have rebuilt Flint, Michigan's water system 215 times over again. We could have given every single homeless veteran $2 million. $2 million! We could have given every single family that was impacted by the Maui wildfires $50 million each. And I think this is the craziest one. We literally could have ended homelessness in the United States, all homelessness, 8 times over again. The point I'm trying to make here is that if we had elected officials that actually cared about us, the United States, more than they cared about the Middle East, we could fix so many issues that we have here at home.
Yeah, and so continued inevitable and disastrous slide into World War III. Nuclear armed confrontation between Russia and the West continues as a New York Times report. NATO appears to actually be serious, mulling sending troops to Ukraine to serve in the role as trainers. Now, there's not enough people to train in a faster way to get them out onto the field. So they're doing it for them. Yes, NATO allies. They're doing it. We're part of this war. Regardless of if they tell us or not. We see it. We see it. Unless you don't see it. So we're going to get into the next one, okay? This is Google AI. Let's see. Google. Okay. Oh wait, sorry. Just give me a moment here. There. Google's AI future, no more sites, only Google answers. The internet's most frequented page is on the verge of a transformation unlike any in its 25-year history. Last week, as Google I/O 2024, as Liz Reed, Google's head of search, gushed on stage about their AI-powered future, one couldn't help but feel a pang of irony. Google will do the Googling for you, she proclaimed, envisioning a future where Google's AI sifts through the web's content and spits out neatly packaged summaries, removing the need to visit any website. How convenient for Google. An ideologically driven monopoly further inserting itself between people and content, filtering out what it thinks you should be allowed to see and what you shouldn't at a level never seen before. What could possibly go wrong? So they think we're dumb to even research our own. So they want to do it for us because they don't want us to free think, ask questions, care about our country. They don't care. And with all the censorship and stuff that's already going around, of course they're going to do this. This is against our First Amendment rights of freedom of speech, even online. That's just my opinion. But AI, have you guys seen it already? When you search up, there's specific things like AI would mention, refer to whatever other website they choose, so you would get their answer. Are you guys that dumb not to research your own? Are we that dumb enough to just look at a headline and not read the articles about it? That we just look at the top 3 of Google searches and there we go? Is that it? Jesus. That's all I have to talk about that one. So we are going to get into bird flu. This is gonna be quick, man. I'm just trying to rush this through. So enjoy it, man. It be digestible for people to watch, so it wouldn't be like 20 minutes long or whatever. But yes, bird flu. Let's get into it. Okay, so bird flu. This one is dang. So let's just get into the video and talk about it after that.
The impacts of bird flu in our state. The Department of Public Health and Environment says about 70 dairy farm workers are now being monitored for possible symptoms. Those workers were exposed to the virus while working at 2 Colorado dairy farms, which have not been identified. None of them are reporting symptoms right now. The avian flu was first detected in a dairy herd on April 25th, while the second tested positive earlier this week. Right now, only one person in the entire country has become sick from the virus. That's at a farm in Texas.
Yes. So they're saying 70 people caught the avian flu, or they got tested. If you know about testing, but some of you guys don't and don't pay attention, and that's okay. But WHO Dr. Jeremy Farrar, chief scientist in the World Health Organization, said that the avian influenza virus, which is also known as H5N1, has had an extremely high mortality rate among the several hundred people known to have been infected with it to date. Listen to this. However, no human-to-human H5N1 transmission has been recorded. I don't know what you guys get from that. H5N1 influenza predominantly started in poultry and ducks and has spread effectively over the course of the last 1 or 2 years to become a global zoonotic animal pandemic. So it's been spreading around through the animals, and they think possibility it will get to humans, transmit to humans. And if you know anything about gain of function and the Wuhan lab, unless you don't, then gain of function research will make it more transmissible, allegedly. Let's just go with that. Again, however, no human to human H5N1 transmission has been recorded. So, my opinion, nothing to worry about. I think they're just propping up another virus to get us locked down again and take the vaccines. Therapeutics, things that just breaking news. I've heard that they're already rolling out or creating a influenza bird flu vaccine. What a coinkydink. I don't believe in coincidences though. And it's just, he's the same, Dr. Farrar is the same doctor who fraudulently changed the Nature Journal article that COVID was not from a lab. He was never punished for academic fraud. Instead, he was appointed to chief scientist at the World Health Organization. Now, this untrustworthy doctor warns us of bird flu can mutate and spread from person to person, and that we must focus on vaccines, therapeutics, and, again, diagnostics. Where did we hear this from? I don't know. I think it happened not too long ago, actually. Have you? This sounds super fucking familiar, guys. So, let's get into this next one about the mask. The airborne viruses that potentially could get you sick, and it is more dangerous than ever. The World Health Organization has issued a report that transformed how the world understands respiratory infections like COVID-19, measles, influenza. Motivated by the grave missteps of the pandemic, the WHO convened with 50 experts in virology, epidemiology, aerosol science, bioengineering, among other specialties, who spent 2 years pouring through the evidence on how airborne viruses and bacteria are. Okay. Just the gist of the article, because I've read it, they're saying that it's dangerous with indoor congregations and they want to surveil that. They want to put new new filters, and this article, they're just letting you know what we knew before. The same tactics through COVID. That you can't be 6 feet apart. You gotta wear a mask. You gotta stay minimum of people in a restaurant. And you know how crazy it was back then, where we had to wear a mask, but then when we got to the table, we could take it off. Did you guys forget about that? I bet some of you guys did. I didn't. And now that everything that's coming out with the pumpy, it just seems so familiar. If anyone was paying attention back then, they're saying it's dangerous to even be in spaces with other people. Where did we hear this from? It's just my opinion. COVID was a test, and they want to usher in a new virus with gain of function in the United States. That's what I've heard. Reports. So, we don't know where we're going. It's either World War III, bird flu, or some other stuff that people are coming up with. But we don't know what's really going to happen. It could be an economic crash. You see everywhere that's going on. No one could barely survive. Could buy a house, gas. It's the greatest time to be alive, guys. So that's it. How long was that? That was 16 minutes. That was awesome, honestly. But thank you. Appreciate it. I'll be here on Friday. Today is Wednesday the 29th. And yeah, catch me again on Let Culture Speak with the new segment. Peace.